Hey guys, Chicky to Maine, aka Debu.com with a video surf forecast update. This forecast update brought to you by Nassara Paradise Rentals. Planning your next trip to Costa Rica? Stay with Nassara Paradise Rentals, Nassara, Costa Rica. Remember, there's no sorrow when you stay in Nosara, NassaraParadiseRentals.com. Before we get into the swell forecast, wanted to take a look at some satellite imagery with what is the remnants of Dorian just northeast of Puerto Rico. And over the last couple of days during the daytime, the remnants or Dorian has lost all of its convective activity only to come back during the nighttime hours. Now we're seeing the same thing develop today. And as you can see in the satellite imagery, all of the deep convection goes away. Now this is the water vapor imagery, and one of the problems that Dorian had a few days ago was dry air, and it no longer has that problem. But the problem that it has is some strong wind shear coming across Puerto Rico from the south to the north. It's this pesky upper level low feature that's been in here north of Hispaniola that's been creating this southerly wind shear, but this looks like it's starting to break down, and as the remnants can move off towards the west and get on the other side of Puerto Rico, the environmental conditions are a little bit more favorable and we could see some regeneration. Now, I don't want to cause any concern here, but a couple things to remember, and that is that Hurricane Andrew in about the same location dropped to a tropical depression prior to regaining strength as a hurricane. So keep that in mind, folks. And the next thing is that the afternoon runs of the intensity model forecast are trending towards a Category 1 hurricane. So we're going to have to keep an eye on it. The next 24 hours will tell. And the aircraft hurricane hunters are in there investigating the system this afternoon. They've only finished one quadrant, and they've got 3 more to go. So it's going to be a couple, 2-3 hours before they're finished flying, and we should get a better handle on what exactly is happening with the remnants of Dorian. Taking a look at the latest buoy information, and the closest buoy that we have to Dorian is the St. Martin's buoy. It's looking like that the buoy might have maxed out already, currently showing 7.2 swell height with a period of 10 seconds out of the east, and the last 3 recordings prior to that was showing a swell height of 8.5 feet and 7.5 feet before that, and the max wave height has maxed out at about 10 feet. So it looks like the swell that has been generated by Dorian is now moving past the St. Martin's buoy. The next buoy in line is going to be the South Bermuda buoy, and we do see a little bit of swell height increasing on this buoy this afternoon. Now, it's up to about 4.3 feet now, but at 7.1 seconds out of the southeast, but we're not seeing any long period stuff on it yet. So this is indicating to us that the Dorian swell has not reached this buoy as of report time. The next indicator buoy that's in line is going to be the Northeast Bahama buoy, and the Northeast Bahama buoy this afternoon showing a swell height of 3.3 feet at around 6.7 seconds. So there is no Dorian swell on this buoy yet. So we're going to be monitoring the South Bermuda buoy and the Northeast Bahama buoy in the overnight hours to see if we can pick up any Dorian swell to give us a better indication on when we might see swell arrival time on the Florida Southeast U.S. coast beaches. Here's the latest swell forecast out of the Ocean Prediction Center showing some long period ground swell just to the north of Hispaniola and southeast of the Outer Banks. This is going to be going into Monday. I'm not really buying this forecast yet, as we just looked at the buoys, and the buoys aren't indicative of this long period ground swell. We'll just have to see how it plays out. And then going into Tuesday, the Ocean Prediction Center has got the swell arriving on Tuesday. Again, I'm not buying that. I think the bulk of the swell is going to be in here on Wednesday and Thursday along the east coast of the United States. Probably likely to be knee to waist high plus Central Florida to Northeast Florida, probably need a waist high on the Georgia and South Carolina coast, and then bumping up to the chest to head high range along the Outer Banks, and then dropping back down to need a waist high plus up in here towards the Northeast. As far as the winds are concerned, looks like we're going to have some favorable winds along the east coast of the United States for this swell. It's just a shame that we're not going to have any real big size to it, but we've been trapped in this south-southwest wind flow for over a week now, and this looks to continue. So it looks like we're going to have offshore winds in the morning to have some glassy conditions with maybe some light onshore winds in the afternoon. So that's what it's looking like for now, guys. Stay tuned for the next update.